In a match that could be a rehearsal for next month's cup final if United beat Leeds in a replay at Villa Park tomorrow. Chelsea, of course, are already there, but here they're without fullback Eddie McCready, and Marvin Hinton, that faithful and experienced reserve, comes into a reshuffled defence. But the good news for all Chelsea fans is that back in the attack after a bad chill, Peter Osgood, top scorer with 26 goals. So he faces a Manchester United side with plenty on its mind, now without Tony Dunn and David Sadler in defence and Brian Kidd in the attack. There's another game for Dennis Law, who played so well in midweek against Burnley. But perhaps the most pleasing sight is the return for Manchester United of Nobby Stiles, bedevilled by a bad knee injury for so long this season. So now Chelsea's biggest crowd of the season waits for referee Maurice Fussy of Nottinghamshire.
So Manchester United in red shirts and white shorts, Chelsea in all blue, get us away. And it doesn't matter whether United are doing well or badly, it just seems that everybody wants to see them. The gates closed here 45 minutes before the kickoff. And they were queuing at 9 o'clock this morning, a queue of 100 yards outside the ground as early as that. And United at the moment, of course, doing well. Unbeaten in their last 18 games. In fact, their last defeat was by Chelsea, 2-0, up at Old Trafford in December. Peter Bonetti. Sartori. And a little lucky to get that one. Now it's Crerand. Stiles. Willie Morgan. Oh, and Webb rather committed himself. Best, just over. Ghosting in there from outside the penalty area. After Morgan had done well to deceive Webb. Best really on that like a flash. And Bonetti, no doubt, very relieved to see that go across the top of the bar. That's our view from behind the goal, and every vantage point here at Stamford Bridge is a good one this afternoon. John Hollins to Peter Houseman. And now it's Webb. And Ure. John Hollins. Osgood, can he get the better of Ure? Hinton offside. Marvin Hinton, who's come into the side because Eddie McCready is out. But he's one of these good reserves that Chelsea have got in store. Marvin Hinton. Hudson. Cook. And now Hollins. Danger of taking that out of play, but the linesman has kept his flag down. And here's Osgood, and here's Hutchinson, and it's a goal by Ian Hutchinson. 14 minutes gone, and it's Hutchinson who puts Chelsea ahead. Here's Hutchinson, who scored two, remember, up at Old Trafford, and now he's got the one that puts Chelsea ahead here. United may well have relaxed just a little bit, feeling that Hollins was going to take the ball out of play, and while they relaxed, Chelsea struck. So now it's Best to Edwards. Morgan. Sartori. Well, it had to be a very good shot to beat Bonetti from that sort of range. Hutchinson beating Ure. And Osgood on the chase. And that was a touch of the old Styles. Keeping his head and keeping possession. That's the hallmark of Nobby Stiles. But a long throw now coming up from Ian Hutchinson. So many red shirts back in that penalty area, they obviously know what to expect. Stepney going for it, Dempsey right up, and Stepney forced to give away the corner. Webb and Dempsey, of course, number 5 and the number 2 for Chelsea, right up. Well, the hot dogs, they're not selling too many of those at the moment. They're too busy watching this. Hollins to pump it back, and he looks as though he must be offside, but there's no whistle. And United are very angry with the referee over that one. They felt that Hutchinson looked clearly offside, but the referee was saying that Sartori was right back on the line, and he was. Just a little bit disorganised for the moment there, Manchester United, and it's another corner then for Chelsea. Again, it's Peter Houseman to take it. Very well taken by Alex Stepney under a good deal of pressure. Ronnie Harris to Peter Houseman. Hutchinson to Osgood, a nice little dummy there from Hutchinson. And now to Cook, and a good ball to him, and he can't keep it in. Francis Burns then with the throw for Manchester United. Ure running well. That was a good piece of play by Ian Ure. Leaving it for Law, and Ure's going on. Still Law. Oh, and he didn't cut it back far enough for Ure. So Hudson. Oh, to Hollins, and a good piece of work by him. Just over! That was a brilliant counter-attack by Chelsea. With Ure out of that defence, it left a gap, and Hollins seized on it. So a goal kick to Manchester United. Alex Stepney. Cook. And Hutchinson closely watched by Styles. Now Law. Looking for Sartori and finding him. And Osgood challenging Charlton and beating him, and Styles. So now it's Hudson. Hollins has gone through again. Ian Ure. Law. Ure. Well, there's going to be a lot of work for men like Ian Ure, from Peter Osgood particularly, I would think, the way this Chelsea attack is forming. But now it's Nobby Styles. Straight to Mr. Fussy, but Law to pick it up. Edwards had gone on, and Law planted it behind him. Harris with the throw. Oh, and a good piece of work here by Houseman. Hutchinson closing in. This is aimed towards Hutchinson, and a fine goal by Ian Hutchinson. 2-0. And Hutchinson's second in the game. A brilliant piece of work, though, by Houseman. A fine run, and one of those beautiful little chips towards the near post, which is so much a part of his play now. And Hutchinson bravely low and diving to get it. And now it really is up to men like George Best. But Chelsea at the moment look irresistible. Here's Cook with Houseman outside him. And again, Hutchinson looking for it, and this time Burns was covering. So Chelsea beautifully contained for the first 10 minutes or so by Manchester United, scoring 2 goals in a matter of 6 minutes to go, 2 up. Hinton. Paul Edwards to Ian Ure. And now Craren, but straight to Hollins. And now to Osgood. Cook. Hudson's gone streaking into a gap on the right. Ron Harris. Aim towards Hutchinson, who gets ahead to it. He's getting above that United defence far too often for United's comfort. Now Willie Morgan. And in goes Dempsey. Nobby Stiles. Oh, knocked to the ground by Hudson. Play on, says the referee, though. And so it's Craren. Charlton. And Law. And Best. With Osgood getting a foot behind him. Morgan. Edwards. Oh, to Best. Best! Well, he was streaking through again, and it was only Peter Bonetti's boot that stopped him. And Webb making his presence felt in that Chelsea defence, getting above Law. Now it's Peter Houseman. And that is the whistle for half-time, with Chelsea 2 goals into the lead, both scored by number 10 Ian Hutchinson. After 14 minutes and after 20 minutes, half-time score at Stamford Bridge is Chelsea 2, Manchester United 0. More soccer action for you in just a couple of minutes. Well, Chelsea beaten only once at Stamford Bridge this season, handsomely placed with this 2-goal lead at half-time. It's Bobby Charlton looking a little bit worried, and I'm not surprised. John Hollins now for Chelsea. Ure and Osgood. Sartori to Law. And now Bobby Charlton. Pat Craren. Law. Sartori. But losing it out to Hudson, and now it's Cook. Best. And now Craren, a surprising amount of space there. Law calling for it in the centre. And Bobby Charlton almost with his head. Going there towards the near post, and it's not often that Bob gets in with his head. Looks as if it almost stunned him a little bit as well. But he took Chelsea a little bit by surprise there. Couldn't quite screw it back enough. Webb. Houseman. Charlton again. Get the feeling that Bobby Charlton is beginning to assert himself a little bit. But it's Craren with the throw. Law making, Ure making another good break. Finding Sartori. And blocked by Dempsey. Harris to Hutchinson. Sartori to Best. United hopes rise every time Best gets the ball, but now it's Sartori in space. A nice little clip from him, and Best going in. Dempsey miss-kicking. Morgan trying to turn it back, and Webb getting it away. Still in play. Houseman setting Hollins free. In turn, it's Hudson away. Osgood. Hudson. David Webb. Stiles trying physically to get in, but Hutchinson getting there first. Now it's Hudson playing a 1-2 there. Oh, and almost put there through his own goal by Burns. A brilliant break by Chelsea. Foul given against Dempsey. holding Law down. Charlton. Law flicking it on, Styles right through. That was a very good break indeed by Manchester United. Now Cook. Ure. Foul given against Houseman. Hustling Ure unfairly. Webb. Cook. And Hudson to Osgood, who gets above Ure, flicks it on, and now it's Cook with Houseman outside him. Here's Houseman. Perhaps another of those little clip ones because Hutchinson's waiting in the middle. A deeper one. And Stepney under great pressure. Hutchinson! A goal is given. And it's a hat-trick for Hutchinson. No, he disallowed it. He disallowed it. He disallowed it. And so it's United breathing away and coming away through Creran. Burns finding Creran. That's aimed towards Law. And Benetti's lost it. The best! Morgan! A goal! By Willie Morgan. So Alex Stepney, no doubt, very relieved about that. And certainly that puts United right back in the game, as you see, with just a quarter of an hour now to go. Wondering just how much Benetti was still suffering from that dig in the ribs. But whatever it was, it really puts United back in it again now. Morgan. Sartori. Benetti, in fact, stopped one of the shots, but he couldn't stop the second one, and he's obviously still in a bit of pain there. Certainly that must have given fresh hope to the thousands of Manchester United supporters from all over the country who flocked to Stamford Bridge this afternoon. John Hollins with a throw for Chelsea. And surely Hutchinson there was pulled back by Edwards. Hutchinson going up to take a position in that penalty area. Hollins, who really thumps a long free kick. And there's another long one from Hollins. Osgood trying to get underneath, and in fact using his hands, and Dempsey puts it into the net, but there's no question of that. But Osgood used his hand to flick that on for Dempsey. That's the shed. Well, Osgood all right again, and a free kick to Manchester United. Sartori. And now Hollins. Chelsea for the moment have lost the verve that put them 2 up in 20 minutes, and United must be sensing now that perhaps not everything is lost after all. Sartori. And Edwards sticking out a long foot but not quite getting it through to Bobby Charlton, but now it is with Charlton. Creran. Back to Stepney. Law. He tried to turn it to Best, but he said it was Harris. Creran Flicked nicely there for George Best. Still Best, past Harris, past Osgood. And now it's Osgood. Cook, beautiful play by Chelsea. Hudson now on the left. Cook, playing a nice 1-2 there with Hudson. The linesman flag is up. The linesman's flag is up. Disallowed. It's the third time in the second half that Chelsea have had that ball in the net. All of them disallowed. And in fairness to the linesman there, his flag was up long before that ball was planted home. So it's Best for Manchester United, a poor ball from him. And Hollins bringing it away for Chelsea. Oh, straight to Sartori. William Morgan. Hollins. Hutchinson losing it there, and it's Morgan again. Dempsey finding Osgood at last with a bit of space. Hudson outside him, and here's Houseman on his right. And it was out of play, and Houseman has only himself to blame. Ure. Charlton flicking that on nicely for Claren, but he couldn't quite get up to it. Charlton, in fact, took a fair tumble there as well. Hinton back for Chelsea. And the free kick given, in fact, when Bobby Charlton was set crashing. It's going to be Ian Ure to take it. Law wanting it in the air. Charlton to flick it on. Harris. And Webb only putting it as far as Best. Hutchinson getting his head to it. Claren to Styles. Every man bar Stepney now in the Chelsea half of the field. Law going up. Sartori fastening on very quickly. And flicked away into touch by Harris. Chelsea under a good deal of pressure now. United coming storming back. Edwards with the throw. Hutchinson. And now Cook. And now Hudson on the break. To Cook. Cook going past Morgan as though he didn't exist. Played inside there for Hudson. And Burns, Chelsea claiming that he handled it. But it's Bobby Charlton. Claren. Nice little build-up here by United to Burns. Best. Trying to play a 1-2 with Law. Best! On with his head! Oh, just over! Beautiful build-up there by Manchester United, and superb skills in the end by Best. But he couldn't keep it down. Hutchinson. And the ball is out of play. Hutchinson, in fact, going to try a longish throw. No, in fact, he tries a shorter one. Houseman to Hudson. Hollins flicking it in, or trying to flick it for Hollins as the final whistle goes. Ian Hutchinson, who scored both those Chelsea goals in the first 20 minutes of the game, and Willie Morgan, who pulled one back for Manchester United with 15 minutes to go. And so the final score here at Stamford Bridge is Chelsea 2, Manchester United 1.